extra shit. But it's so funny because I said this months ago, just watching TV. I remember I think I was watching a movie with Shorty, and she's like, oh, why are you hating on, I'm not hating on women, but the way they're making men look is ridiculous. And actually recently I was watching a movie on Netflix. What was the movie called? It was called End of the Road. Now this is a new movie on Netflix with Queen Latifah and Ludacris. Ludacris the rapper that was in Fast and Furious series. You know who he is. And in the movie, they have a situation they're faced with, right? They're on the road and they encounter some rednecks, right? Because they were previously at a gas station and they were with a young girl and a young boy. And these two Caucasian fellas, they were trying to talk to the girl, and she like flipped them off, gave them a finger. So when they were on the road, the guys were pretty upset and they were trying to get revenge. And long story short, they cut them off. They were like bumping into their car, like trying to steer them off the road. And long story short, they raced to the end of the road and blocked them off. So you have Queen Latifah, who is the woman. Mind you, Queen Latifah is like 50 years old. She may be older than my mom, and I don't know, my mom's like 52. So she may be closer to her 60s. You have Ludacris, who's probably in his late 30s, maybe early 40s. And then you have two children. So what happens here is Queen Latifah proceeds to get out of the car. She tells Ludacris, no, don't do it because you know your temper, they might try to do something to you. So then she proceeds to get out of the car and handle the situation. And where you see is a man being emasculated, where a man is supposed to take care of this situation. You had a woman getting out of the car, protecting him. Now, I get it. They play the narrative that, oh, that's the big sister. But he's a grown man. He's not a little boy. Under no circumstances would you have a woman, I don't care how big she is. Queen Latifah is a big woman, but it was two grown men. You don't send a woman out when you have a perfectly intact, healthy, grown man by your side to go and do what a woman's doing. And this is why this attack on masculinity, and you may think that it's a very strong, empowering woman role, but realistically, no one in their right mind is gonna throw their mother, their sister, their brother in front and say, go handle that. I would never put my mom and say, okay, mom, go handle that. Oh, you could talk to them, you got it. Absolutely not. It wouldn't be even a question. You stay in the car, I got this. Even if you put your life on the line, it's for your family. No man in his right mind. But what they're doing is you're being conditioned to accept this. And then a lot of women fall into this narrative. They're like, oh, no, you thinking too into it. It's just empowering. And this is how you know the movie even gets worse. So then the little boy gets kidnapped. And sorry, guys, if I'm ruining the movie for you, but I have to make my point. So then the little boy gets kidnapped, right? And because I think Ludacris had stole some money that was in a hotel he found. It was like a bag of money and they wanted the money. And she had to go return the money to get her son back. So then she goes, returns her money, and then she gets kidnapped, and somehow she gets out and she fights like 12 guys. She's like has this shotgun and somehow makes it out and beats everybody. Completely unrealistic. Mind you, no offense to Queen Latifah, but she's not somebody that's in shape. She's in her 50s, almost probably 60s. But the point is, they're painting this unrealistic narrative. She would have never even got through the first dude. They probably would have knocked her out and called it a day.